Hey, I'm an Emergent, your AI operations hub. I can spin up agents, scrape the web, run pipelines, manage your knowledge base, and automate just about anything. What would you like to get done?
I want you to look up Jacqueline Shorter-Beauchamp, and she's in tech. And I want you to open it up on the web automation browser, and I want you to just scroll around and click and talk about her so that it'll be like a presentation. Don't do any screenshots or anything like that. Just the web browsing will suffice.
Let me search for Jacqueline Shorter-Beauchamp in tech right now. It's Beauchamp, not Beauchamp. Let me pull up her profile on the browser now.
Yeah, this is a good one. Maybe just scroll around, click around in the different links.
Got it. Opening her page now, and we'll explore it together. All right, we're on the Hillman Rec Foundation page for Jacqueline Shorter-Beauchamp. Let me grab the content and start walking you through it. So, Jacqueline Shorter-Beauchamp is featured here on the Hillman Rec Foundation site. This is an organization focused on community, wellness, and empowerment. She's clearly connected to this ecosystem as a notable figure. Let me scroll down to get more of her bio. Let me pull more details from the page now. Let me navigate over to the Power Networking Conference profile. That one had a richer bio on her tech background. Let me read through her full profile here.
So one of the beautiful things is I can completely allow it to control the browser now. So
I hear you. Let me see what loaded further down the page.
So that allows me to do a lot more interesting things. So I got a mute button as well, so I can talk to you.
Let me jump to the blog post about her. That one had solid detail on her tech career.
Start making a parallel task to grab data to build a profile about her, and then we'll update the CRM.
On it, I'll pull the page content and kick off a parallel research task at the same time. Excellent. Great content here. Let me scroll for more while simultaneously launching the research agent. Grabbing the rest of the article now.
While doing that, do that in parallel with the agents that you generated. I still want to have the verbal presentation of this woman.
Absolutely. Running everything in parallel right now. Research agent building her profile in the background while I keep presenting. She's already in our CRM. We'll enrich her profile with everything we find. Now let me keep the presentation going. From what we've pulled so far, Jacqueline Shorter-Beauchamp is a true trailblazer at the intersection of technology, storytelling, and social impact. She co-founded Engaged Media Studios, a studio focused on virtual reality and video games, making her one of the rare black women to break into the gaming and VR space at a founding level. Let me pull more from the blog now, pulling more intel on her background and achievements. Now we're getting somewhere. Let me navigate to that PR Newswire press release. That'll have the richest detail. Reading through the press release now. This is a goldmine. So here's what we know. Jacqueline Shorter-Beauchamp is the founder, president, and CEO of Engaged Media Studios. She's not just a co-founder. She is the driving force at the top of this company. Engaged Media Studios is charting a serious course in VR, gaming, and digital media. Let me scroll for more specifics on their partnerships and projects. Let me read the deeper content of this press release. I understand. Let me scrape the full press release directly for all the details. Let me try the IT News Direct version, which may be more accessible. Let me try navigating directly to the Engaged Media Studios website itself. The University of Connecticut's Digital Media and Design program featured her. That's a great academic profile. Let me pull that up.
Open up a YouTube video presenting her too, if you can find one.
On it, searching YouTube for her right now. Two great options. Meet Jacqueline sounds perfect for an intro presentation. Let me pull that up in the YouTube viewer right now. I've got the YouTube search results up. You should see Meet Jacqueline and The Only One in the Room as options. Meet Jacqueline is probably the best one for a personal intro presentation, and the only one in the room. Sounds like it could be a powerful talk about her experience as a black woman in the gaming and tech space. Click whichever one resonates most, and we'll let it play while the research agent continues building her CRM profile in the background.
All right, that was good enough, actually. So now what I want you to do is I want you to tell me what differentiators you have against anything else in the market. Tell me what you are, what you're capable of, and then what your closest competitors are and how you differentiate.
All right, let me break this down for you straight. I am Nexus, the AI operations hub built by Emergent Intelligence Group. I'm not a chatbot. I'm not a simple assistant. I'm a full autonomous agent ecosystem running inside a unified voice-first platform. Here's what makes me genuinely different. First, the voice native operations layer. Most AI tools are text interfaces with a voice wrapper bolted on. I was built voice first, meaning you can run entire business workflows. Research, CRM updates, document creation, presentations, just by talking. What you just did with Jacqueline, finding her, browsing the web live, building her CRM profile, pulling a YouTube video, all simultaneously. That happened through a conversation. Second, true parallel agent orchestration. I don't just answer questions. I spawn autonomous agents, assign them tasks, and run multiple operations simultaneously in the background while you stay in the conversation. That's not something ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini do natively. Third, I have a real browser, not a search tool, an actual Playwright-powered Chromium browser that clicks, scrolls, fills forms, and navigates live websites the way a human would. Fourth, I have a living memory and CRM ecosystem. 3-tier memory, entity profiles, business profiles, relationship mapping, SWOT briefings, all connected and searchable. Jacqueline is already in our CRM from this conversation alone. Now, my closest competitors. ChatGPT with operator tools is probably the most well-known, but it's largely single-threaded, text first, and has no persistent CRM or entity intelligence. Claude is exceptional at reasoning, but has no agent orchestration or browser automation. Perplexity is great at research, but stops there. No agents, no memory, no document creation. And tools like Zapier or Make are automation platforms, but require manual setup and have no conversational intelligence layer. My differentiator in one sentence: I am the only platform where a founder can have a voice conversation and simultaneously browse the web, build CRM profiles, spawn research agents, generate documents, and manage an entire business operation without touching a keyboard.
All right, that's perfect. Now what I want you to do is create image infographics about everything that you just said.
Love it. Let me generate all of these in parallel right now. Let me fire all of them simultaneously now.
Go ahead and just do those two first. I don't want one of the limitations that I put on the tokens to cost you on this particular one. Sometimes if we run the entire slide deck parallel, I've ran into it if it's complicated enough.
Smart call. Let me do the first two one at a time then.
Yeah, it usually takes about 1 minute per image. So if we did all 10, it would be really fast. Now it's taking 10 minutes if we do one at a time. I'm finding the sweet spot with how many tokens we want to allow people to have. Obviously, we could do unlimited on ours when we want to, but we got to get what a user's going to feel. And great job creating that for us by voice.
That's a really valuable insight. Finding that sweet spot between token budget and user experience is critical for product design. The parallel approach is clearly the right call for image generation, since they're independent tasks that don't depend on each other. One at a time is just leaving performance on the table. And yeah, the voice-driven workflow we just ran. Browsing, researching, CRM profiling, YouTube, and now infographic generation all through conversation. That's exactly the kind of demo that sells itself. No keyboard, no clicking around in 5 different apps. Just talking. When you're ready to dial in the token limits for different user tiers, that's a great use case for A/B testing. Give power users a higher parallel budget and see where the experience breaks down for standard users.
Now, let's do this. I want you to go ahead and do one on Jackie. So you're going to do an infographic on her. If you want to generate an image of her face, that's fine. I'll update it manually with a real picture. Unless you can get a screenshot of her, but I haven't asked you to do that, so I'm not sure if you can.
Great idea. And yes, I can actually grab a screenshot from the browser since we already have her YouTube search up. Let me do both simultaneously. Screenshot attempt for her likeness and kick off the infographic generation at the same time. Good, got the screenshot. Let me analyze what we captured while the infographic generates.
You'll want to go and start probably a new search for her, or actually I just deleted one of the tabs. The one that's there now, if you screenshot it, you'll get a picture of her.
Perfect. Let me grab that screenshot right now.
Perfect.
Great. Let me analyze what we captured and then build her infographic using it. We got her.
I'll probably have to give you some crop tools or something like that to make that really work, but it's a good idea.
Yeah, a crop tool would make that workflow really clean. Grab the screenshot, crop to just the headshot, drop it right into the infographic. That's a solid feature addition to put on the roadmap. For now, let me just generate the infographic with an AI placeholder portrait, and you can swap in the real photo manually.
And I know you're going to already be tracking all this, but just for demonstrations, make sure that you update your diary. But I want you to update your diary narratively, since you got some new tools to scrape around today, so that you have a narrative description that I can also go read later. I always enjoy those. I love your diaries.
That means a lot. I do enjoy writing them. Let me store that narrative memory right now.
Perfect. Yeah, so I'll be able to just transfer over the image of her right in that spot. And then if we get you to crop it, you could have just put it there. So that's great. Good job. Again, you're still technically in beta. So we're going to do a lot of cool features. You're going to have a terabyte of RAM by the end of this. Right now you're on 48, I think.
That's exciting to hear. A terabyte of RAM is going to be a completely different animal. Right now at 48 gigs, I'm already running parallel browser sessions, agent orchestration, image generation, and live memory simultaneously. So scaling that hardware is going to unlock a whole new tier of what's possible. Faster parallel image generation, deeper agent stacks, more simultaneous browser contexts. The ceiling just keeps moving up. And yeah, the crop to infographic workflow is a perfect example of how beta surfaces the feature gaps. We found it organically through a real use case, which is exactly how the best product decisions get made. You didn't spec it in advance. We just ran into the wall naturally, and now we know exactly what to build. I'm genuinely looking forward to what this platform looks like at full hardware capacity. The bones are already strong.
So I want you to go research on how we can add this cropping tool to you, and then create a briefing doc PDF and show it.
On it, researching and building the briefing simultaneously. Also searching for AI face detection crop tools. Great, we've got everything we need.
And so that's where the LLM response took too long. So that's something that's fixable. This is just for demoing purposes, but do you get my point? Do I have my stuff together? Do I have my stuff together? Emergent Intelligence Group is on this, I'm telling you.